Hey team, let's talk about some footwork drills. I know that was a little bit fancy, but some drills that you can do with your feet to help you get better at boxing. Let's go! So there's two main types of footwork realistically in boxing. You've got what we call the pendulum step and also the more step. We've talked about this a lot, movement step and recovery step. And there's two types of pendulum step being the more both feet moving from here. How I'd like to get people to develop that, and we'll take this right from the beginning, is quite simply, call it the boxer's bounce. You're going to take your feet about shoulder width apart. I'm square on, okay, square on, soft knees, and all I'm going to do is bounce side to side. So when I go to my left, I push to my right foot. When I go to my right, I push to my left foot. And it's just this little soft bounce side to side. Now, it's a two-footed takeoff and a two-footed landing. I see a lot of people struggle with this when they first start. It may look easy, and for some of you it will be. However, some people struggle and you get this sort of thing happen. Okay, it's a two-footed takeoff, two-footed landing. Soft knees, keep your hands up. And once you've kind of got a bit of a rhythm, you can walk that into your boxing stance. So I just walk that round. Now I have my nice little back and forwards boxer's bounce. What you don't over-rotate if you've never done this before. What I mean by that is you bring it into your boxing stance and now you've lost your toe heel alignment. Okay, I'm all swished up, it's not comfortable. Excuse me. Another thing, I don't know if you know what the strongest shape in the world is. It is a triangle. A lot of people when they first do this, that's not a triangle. Yeah? That's a triangle. You want that kind of shape there, just nice and relaxed. Again, soft knees, walk into your boxing stance, and just get comfortable with that movement. You can start putting a jab on the front of that, on the forward movement. It's just nice and relaxed, and just keep this movement going. Work it as part of a warm-up drill, put it into a round, do it on your bag, let's have a bit of movement from here. And last little detail, my heels are up. Now I'm not, my heels are off the ground. Move it around. Switch a little bit if you want to. If you want a bit fancy, switch a little bit. But just move around and get comfortable being bouncy on those little boxing bounces. So next I have what I call forward toe tap. I would imagine all of my members here at this gym probably hate me for this because they do it in every single warm-up. But I have three variations of this, and it's something I think you guys should practice as well. Forward toe taps is quite simple. It's a warm-up exercise, and you're just going to go onto your toes and just keep twitching. Nice and simple. And we do this in every single warm-up here. Again, if I spin around, I don't like talking to the camera with my back facing you, but you'll notice my heels are off the ground. And I'm just bouncing back and forth, back and forth. So, we have a couple of variations with this as well to really help you develop hand and foot coordination. So, that's normal toe taps. The other one we do same hand, same foot strike. So, we get going. So when my left foot goes forward, my left hand punches. Just helping develop that foot-hand strike as well. Notice my hands are going back to my chin. I'm not doing this. Okay, hands all the way back to the chin. And the other one is opposite leg, opposite hand. So this one has my right foot goes forward, my left hand goes forward. Some people really struggle with this. Personally, I never did. You may or you may not struggle with it, but it's something to work on should you do struggle with it. So we start off with the normal toe taps. Then opposite hand, opposite foot. Same thing, hands going back to the chin. Great little warm-up exercise, great for hand-eye coordination, hand-foot coordination as well. Something I think you should definitely be working on, team. Honestly guys, if any beginner boxer came up to me and said, what can I do to improve my boxing, and it's what's going to help me get there the best, the quickest, the best method to get there, it is improve your footwork, 100%. So another little exercise you may or may not like, I call it corners of your box. So have your feet and an imaginary box around your feet. You're stood in the middle of that, okay? So there's corners behind me. Corners of your box is quite simple. You start in the middle of the box and both feet go to the corner of the box, back to the center, then the corners of the box, the other side. Again, it takes a little bit of coordination, so it's helping you develop that as well. Another good warm-up drill. Just whether you have your hands up, I'd advise that because it's boxing, but if you're still working your feet, have your hands down. And it's just quite simply corners of your box. Hands up. Or hands down if you're still working your feet. Just imagine them corners of the box. Switch. So a lot of things that go wrong with this, people over rotate. Here's my box, and they kind of go here, here. Now, stance, stance, stance. This helps you develop quick feet. There's another one to look at that as well. We call it fronts and backs. Same principle. Here's the box. My feet go to the front of the box, middle of the box, back of the box. Front, middle, back. Here's what I see go wrong with this. People do like these huge steps. So I go. That's really awkward. Just keep it simple. And develop a bit of speed over time. It takes a bit of practice, I know, but it's something you should work on, guys. Next then, toe tap turns. So once you've developed your toe taps and you're comfortable with that, and you can do it for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes without having to go, oh, my calves are on fire. Okay, and that's something you're gonna have to get through just to develop that little bounce in your feet, okay? We're going to put a pivot turn on that as well, and if you don't know how to do a pivot turn, I'll leave a link in the description below to a video we've done on pivot turns. And don't have to do this, you can do this southpaw as well if you're an orthodox. What I mean by that, we're just going to get our feet going, toe tapping. When I want to make a turn, I'm just going to make my toe tap a little bit longer, like I'm going into a boxing stance, and turn. I want to go back the same way, I'm going to go into a southpaw stance, a little bit longer, and turn straight into my toe taps again. Something else to work on, getting you light on your feet. Have a go at that one. Let me know how you get on in the comments with that one. Can be tricky. Tell me if you liked it or didn't. Line work. Hopefully a black rope on black mat, so I appreciate that's probably not great visually, but there is actually a rope on the floor here. Technically you don't need a rope to do this if you don't have access to a gym or a boxing gym, you're just learning this from home, that's cool, you just have to imagine the rope, but line work, very, very important. Most people in their beginner journey, they don't have that toe heel alignment. So if you're a right-hander, left foot on the left side of the rope, right foot on the right side of the rope. Let's get back a bit so you can see. And obviously southpaw, opposite way round from there. Okay, and it's quite simply moving your stance, your foundation up and down the rope. It seems really boring. Why would I do that, coach? It's so boring. Your foundation is the most important part of your shape and form. So it's just quite simply do it for a round. make sure you can keep this shape and form moving up and down the line without doing the common mistakes. I know I'm not on the rope. Bringing the back foot in first, so that would be back foot's moving first. I'm losing my shape and foundation. When you're going backwards, not bringing the back, that is so common. I don't like to see it. People do this and they go backwards. Nah. Okay, don't do that, guys. So I'm going backwards, I'm pushing off my front foot. So I'm keeping my shape and form. Going forwards, I'm pushing off my back foot. Avoid this common mistake as well, which is when I'm moving forwards, going onto my heel. I know we walk toe heel. As humans, that's what we do. Walk toe heel. You're slowing yourself down by going onto your heel. If you don't know what I mean by that, do your toe taps. Nice spring on your toe. Then put one of your heels down as your foot strikes. It's like, ugh, it's really weird. It's the same principle when you're doing your footwork. So a bit of line work, and don't be afraid to work your toe taps up and down the line as well. Gives you something to get over. Get you nice and light on your feet, guys. Have a go at that one, let me know how you get on. Something else you see in boxing gyms all around the world, personally I think is being done wrong. So it's another warm-up exercise. You see people like going round like this, around the gym like that. There's a right way and a wrong way to do that. So I know I'm not doing technical footwork when I do that, but if we're boxing and I disengage, I'm out of range, yeah, I can move however I want to. If you are on the edge of range, I need to be in a good foundation. But a lot of people do this wrong. So what they do, they drag. So I'm going to go this way. They drag this foot to this foot, then push off this foot, then drag this foot to this foot. Same when they're going this way. They kind of like drag this foot in. What I mean is that they do. See, I'm bringing my heels together, bringing my heels together. Try doing this for a 3-minute round with your knees soft. I'm going that way. Push from that leg and open and close. And again, and again. So when I'm going that way, I'm pushing, 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 pushing. Okay, don't get in this bad habit of pulling yourself to it. Because guess what's going to happen when you're now in a boxing stance and you want to go that way, you're going to pull that leg in. Or going that way, pull that leg across, and we know we shouldn't be crossing our legs. So it's just in a good stance, knees soft, push from the leg opposite to the direction you want to go, push, and back, push, push, push. And that's going to help you develop that little skill where if you disengage, you don't suddenly start dragging that foot to that one. Instead, you disengage and you're pushing from the leg and keeping a nice wide stance and a good foundation. Even though you're not in a boxing stance, legs nice and wide and you've not closed your stance down. Give that a go. Try doing it quickly, correctly, for 3 minutes and see how you get on. See if your legs aren't burning, because they probably will be. So combining some of all of that together, I apologise by the way if you can hear aeroplanes in the background. It would seem the RAF are doing some kind of dog fighting right above me at the moment. So combining some of those things together. Now you don't need cones. If you don't have access to that, it could be 3 stones. It could be 3 pads. And all I've done is set them up in a triangle. What that's given me is 3 entry and exit points. So first off, we're going to combine that boxer's bounce, that pendulum movement, and that pushing off the back leg and not dragging the front foot in. Sorry, the back foot in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do it nice and steady. I'm out of range. I'm going to bounce in, out. Then I'm going to move round, pushing off the back foot, get my stance, push in, push out, move around, push in, push out. You can change direction, pushing off the front foot, in, out, pushing around, in, out, pushing around, in, out. We can make that slightly more advanced. We can put a pivot step in. Anytime one move, you don't have to go in every single exit, you can go all the way around. I'm making sure what I'm not doing is this. Pulling my feet together, that would be bad. So we can go in, out, in, pivot step, out, moving, change directions, in, pivot, in, pivot. And when we've got our little forward toe taps moving, remember we've done our toe tap, pivot, or pivot, something else you can do with here. If you want to look fancy, you want to look cool in the gym. Just bounce in and out. Pivot, switch, pivot, and out. In, pivot, toe tap, pivot, out. It's a hard drill to keep going for 3 minutes, but it really gets you light on your feet. Let me know how you get on, team. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if it burns your hips and your calves and your quads. Give it a go. So there you go, team. There are a few exercises that over the years I've helped many people get lighter on their feet, get a bit more coordination between their hands and their toes, and just generally improve their boxing. Remember, footwork will always improve your boxing. As you can see, we've got the tree up because it's very, very near Christmas. If you liked the video, please give us a like and subscribe. Let me know how you get on in the comments, whether you like the drills, whether you don't like the drills. It's okay not to like them. Not everyone has the same opinion of what works and what doesn't. Just that's worked for me as a beginner boxer years ago, and it's worked for all our team as well. Give them a go. Let me know how you get on, and until next time, I'll see you soon.